When I came to America, I was stunned by the abundance of ordinary life. The rich guys live well everywhere, but I was struck by how good the ordinary fellow has it in America. And then I was also struck by the goodness and idealism of the American people. Even when they fall short, they always want to do better. And then I saw this sort of ferocious leftist critique of America. It's coming from some of our most intelligent people in America, on the American campus. And then over the years, I see this critique metastasize out of the campus, into Hollywood, into the media, and then now I think into the corridors of government. So we're seeing, we'd call it the shaming of America, an attack on America. It's completely wrong-headed.
And that was my next guest, author, filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. Now, he, of course, the man behind the film 2016, Obama's America, which was a huge hit. And you may remember that soon after the release of that documentary, he just so happened to be indicted. Well, tonight, on the heels of the release of his latest project, there are reports that the retail giant Costco may have decided to pull the bestseller America from its bookshelves. Now, our producers reached out to Costco. They gave us a statement. It reads in part, Costco is not influenced by political considerations in selecting product for sale in our warehouses or on Costco.com, and this includes our selection of books. Our book buyers are solely interested in book sales and do not favor any political persuasion over another. Recently, after deciding to sell the book America, Imagine the World Without Her, beginning on June 1st, the decision was made to pull the book from sale on July 1st. Now, that decision was based solely on the number of copies sold during that month, had nothing to do with the content of the book. Now, after we made the return, a documentary was released about the book, and since then, well, there's been heightened interest by our membership base and brisk sales at locations still in stock. Therefore, we have made the decision to reorder the book. And joining me to talk about what this apparently is happening here, the author of the brand new movie, America, in movie theaters all across the country, Dinesh D'Souza. How are you?
Sean, it's good to be on the show.
I don't often hear of a book being pulled that quick. You are a well-known, best-selling author, and then being put back on the shelves. What do you make of it?
It's very bizarre behavior. The book came out about 3 weeks ago. About a week ago, it surpassed Hillary's book on Amazon. It's actually currently #1 on the Amazon bestseller list. So the sales of the book have been strong. And then, of course, a few days ago, my movie opened in 1,100 theaters around the country. So obviously the book is a companion for the film. Yeah. And so right on the eve of that, Costco decides, some top executives issue the edict, pull every book from the Costco shelves. This is absolutely unprecedented, and the idea that it's based upon low sales is preposterous. Costco features hundreds of books. They even have book signings for people whose books are 10,000, number 85,000 on the Amazon list. So this is clearly a political decision that they made. I think it's because of their alliance with the Obama administration. Well, and now they're feeling the heat, so they're trying to figure out how to wriggle out of it.
Well, they wiggled out of it. They're putting it back in. And by the way, your first film, 2016, Obama's America, was the second most successful documentary since, what, the 1980s? It was hugely successful.
It was the second most successful documentary, political documentary ever, and the new film, which opened just a few days ago, is already in the top 10 of political documentaries of all time. So in a few days, we're already in that elite list. The other thing, Sean, that I think is very exciting for me is that there's a group called Cinema Score, which interviews people coming out of films to see whether they would recommend the film to other people. We just got an A+ rating, and there are only a handful of films over 30 years, films like Forrest Gump or Titanic or Schindler's List, that have gotten that A+ rating. So it tells you that people who see the film love it. And this is why the left is so terrified about the book and the film.
By the way,
they have the capacity to inspire in people a love for America that the left has been trying to undermine through the curriculum and through its anti-American attacks.
And I do have a cameo in that movie, and I'm very proud of my little part that I played, Dinesh. Let me put up on the screen a Washington Post. I want to run through the connection between the president and Costco here for a second. And, for example, Washington Post article on Obama and their relationship, Why Obama Hearts Costco. Then we've got an ABC News article on Obama and the Costco relationship, titled, Why $20.89 explains President Obama's love for Costco. Then we've got President Obama praising Costco and its former CEO. I want to play that for our audience.
And I'll be asking our businesses to set an example by providing decent wages and salaries to their own employees. And I'm going to highlight the ones that do just that. You know, there are companies like Costco, which pays good wages and offers good benefits. Profitable corporations like Costco see higher wages as a smart way to boost productivity. Costco's founder, Jim Senegal, who's been a great friend of mine and somebody who I greatly admire.
And two other things to put on the screen, Dinesh. We got the former CEO's donations to President Obama in the year 2012, 100 grand, and Costco employee donations in 08 and 2012, $203,000. That's an awful lot of money. And so you think this was politically motivated?
Well, here's the remarkable thing. I mean, there's a CEO might like Obama. Obama might like the company. The top executives may donate to Obama. And still, Costco could realize, listen, we're a national chain. We have customers all across the political spectrum. We're not going to let that kind of politics interfere in the way that we organize our business. I think what's interesting here is that the left in this country has so much intolerance that they're not only trying to go after me through the courts, but they also figure out, let's try to ruin this guy's livelihood. Let's try to make sure that people don't see his film. Let's try to make sure they don't buy his books. And the left is willing to wage that kind of a scorched earth campaign through a company like Costco, because Costco decided to order the book. So somebody else came to them and said, what? You have this guy D'Souza's book. Don't you realize that he's an antagonist of Obama? And then the Costco guys went into a huddle and said, okay, let's pull the book. So clearly this is a consummation of a kind of leftist strategy to go after me for the effrontery to make a second film now that deals with the left and progressivism.
All right, well, it's back in the stores now. Public pressure. Dinesh, thank you for being with us.